Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kuli. Hope you guys are doing good. So today we'll be doing the continuation of that Ankara combo dress that I posted that we did the cutting. So here is the joining part. First I'll cut my part, that is my warden, the one that I'll use to pad it. So I'll just place that is I'll just place my part and just place your, remember that you're cutting on fold. From my underbust I went up by 6 inches. You don't have to make it to get your joining part so that um it will relax very well. So just from my underbust I'll start padding from my underbust to my chest line. So I went up by 6 inches from my underbust, and that was just it. So you just cut it out, just wash the way, hold it down with a pin so that you can easily cut it out. So that is for the center one, that is for the center front. This is for the center front. Yeah, you don't have to let it get to the point that you would join, like the point that you would join the lining. So for it not, if you get to that part, it will not really relax very well. So that is just, it has a gum that you just use your iron to stick it. So I'll just do the same. I place it. This is the side front, the both side, that's the princess that side. So I went up by 6 inches. Then I'll just trim it this way, just watch the way I'll trim it. So I was just placing to get a good place to trim it. Actually there are different types of this one. There are thick, super thick ones, and maybe this was my first time buying this type, and it's really strong. I like it. So that is just it. So you just trim it out. I indicated the arrow sign for me to know that this point will go to the breastbone side, and that was it. So the next thing is just to open it up, know how to place it. Sorry that I didn't really show the iron part. So you just join your back the way you notched it. That's why I say you should indicate your back, know your back, join it with half inch both side. Then you'll be left with zipper allowance. You'll be left with 2 piece after joining it, 2 piece. So the next thing is that is the front part of the skirt. You join your zipper allowance, then shape both sides like your, remember I removed 1.5 inch for the skirt, so that is 1.5 inch. I'm just going to take it out all the way from the up to the down part. And that is just it. So here is the side front, here is the center front and the side front. After gumming it, you just place your wording on your paper, then iron it with the back. Don't iron on the wording, just turn it. You iron the right side, with the wrong side of the fabric. You not iron on the wording. So you still do the same thing, pin it, hold it down, then iron it, turn it right also, and iron it. Don't iron on the wording, iron on the cloth. If you iron on the wording, it will not really hold. So after pinning it, you just turn the right side and iron on the fabric. It will stick very well instead of ironing on the wording. So I was just trying to know the part that will go to the bust point and all that. That was what I was trying to do here. Then I was done with it. I'll just iron it, then hold it. Please, maybe I will do a separate video on how to hold a join your princess that, but it's just an easy something. That 1/2 inch that you removed, that is the same thing that you're still going to do. So here I was done ironing it. Just you can sew from down to up or from up to down. That is just it for this. So I've done joining it, and here is the lining. Just cut out the same thing for the lining, and here is the basket part, that is the down part of the dress. Then the next thing is your back. I've joined the back. I have 2 pieces already. So I will go up from the zipper part, the down zipper part. I went up by 1 inch. That is to remove any bulging that will come out from the zip, which I later ended up using loop. I removed the zipper allowance to use rope for my bag to lace it up for my bag. So I minus the zipper allowance of 1 inch, then I removed extra 1.5 inches. That is a total of 2.5 inches, because I wanted to use loop. I wanted to lace it up instead of using zipper. So that was it. That was what I decided. So I'll just show you before adding the sleeve. So this is it. Just join your both sides, join the front, your back, place it on the side of your front, then shape everything just the normal way we shape our clothes. Remember that I removed 1.5 inches for the allowance, so I'm still going to remove that 1 point. And for your chest line, you measure your round chest line. This is your chest line, is not your bust. You have your chest line and your bust. So mine was 9 inches and my bust is 9.75 inches. So I measured 9 inches, then I took my 1.5 inches that I removed for the space. So that is just it. Get your chest line. That's the first place you measure is your chest line, then you measure your bust. It's just a little difference. It's not the difference are not much. So you just find a way to shape it very well. And I did the same thing. I placed both sides, that is the center, that is the front and the back together, leaving the zipper allowance open. Then I measured my chest line again. That is 9 inches for my chest line. My bust, round bust, is 9.5 inches. Then I measured my waist also. So you just hold it down, just stitches. Do the same thing with the lining. And for the skirt, I've gone ahead to hold my zipper allowance. Then I placed each on the side. I removed my 1.5 inches allowance that I added, though I measured it to know that I have 8 inches, so I took it down. But if you feel that so after taking 1.5 inches from up, when you get to down, you take only 1 inch, so that it will not be too tight for you. When you get to your hip part, maybe you can use 1 inch instead of 1.5 inches, so that it will not be too tight uh on your hip or your down part where you will join your dress. So if you check it very well, you notice that I've also gone ahead to hold down my darts, and I was just shaping it, and after everything I've just hold it down with with my straight stitch. So that was basically what I did for the skirt. So I'll just hold it down. Here I'm done holding the side of the main fabric, that is the main one and the back one. So you just notch to get the mid point of your chest line. That is, do it on your lining, do it on your main dress. So just hold the waist part to also notch it to get the midpoint. So you just add it, then also get the front midpoint of your skirt. The next thing is so when you are done doing that, you just join your lining to your dress, open it up. For the boot part, the joining part, I've talked about how many you will cut and all that. So the way you will do it, so the next thing is to measure the down part of your skirt, the down, not the waist. You measure the round part of your skirt after joining the up one and the down one. You measure it to know the amount you have. The amount you have For the satin part that you add to the down part, remember that the second one, that is the second, uh please watch my cutting video, you understand. That is the shorter one that we are adding. Remember that we have two pieces, so you just fold the down part, then fold the upper. You don't need to fold the upper part, then you hold it. You hold it, you sew it with your loose stitch, that is your gather stitch. So after doing it, you gather it to the amount. That's why I said you should measure the down part of your skirt part. So if you measure it, you gather it to that amount, any amount. If you have 50, round your front and back is 50, then you gather this thing and make sure you have 50 or 50.5. that is for the joining, 50.5. So I measured round to, yes, I had 50. What I had to loosen up, I'll gather it up to 50, like the wideness, the gather wideness is 50. So I measured to make sure that it was up to the amount that I have for the skirt. So when you are joining it, you not run shortage or you not have excess. So that is the more reason you should measure the down part of your skirt. Remember that you will hem your down, you will, yeah, you don't need to even hem the down part, because that is not the last one. It's the last one that you will join. It's the last one that you join that you have to hem it. So this place are just, then you get the middle part. There's the midpoint of that your gathered material that you're going to be adding to the skirt. So I got the midpoint, then I got the midpoint of my front skirt, that is the down part. Hold it with a pin. You can hold it before running a stitch, or you can just run a stitch. You have to close it up first. So here I'm done joining it, and this is how it's looking already. The next one is to attach the last one that you are going to tie. That is the one that will flow down to the floor length. So I've gone ahead to hem the down part, then also hem the upper part, and this is what I have. And the next thing is to the second one, the last one that you are going to attach. I've hemmed it, I double folded it. Here I just folded it once, then I ran a straight stitch, and after that I also ran a loose stitch, that is a gather stitch that I will use to gather it. I'm yet to gather it, but it's looking the way I might use it this way because it's not enough. So this is 64 inches round. This down part is 64 inches round. So when you gather this one also, it should be 64 inches round. So I have this, the width of this is almost 100, which is not enough, as assuming you are going to gather it. So you just have double of this. You should have up to 180 inches width, or 200 or 160, depends on the fabric. But this is what I have here, so I'm just going to manage it to see if it, and this is the way you are going to attach it. Here, this is the way you are going to attach it. That's why I said you should leave a little opening here. When you come to this place now, you place it like this on this one. You place it like this. This is the way you are going to place it. So it will be like this. So I'll just do it and show you the outcome. So I'm done joining this part. Here is the second. Here is the third one that the second one. Remember, this is the first one. This is the second one. This is how I attach it. I have to do it on top. Then after everything, I'll close up this place. This is the back part. I'll close it up. Here is how it's looking here. This is the. You see the first one, the way it looks, and here is the second one. So you are sewing on top of the first one. That's basically what you're going to be doing here. And here I've attached this sleeve. I'll show you how. If you want it to have those pleats, you have to have enough fabric. Mine is not enough. Remember, I was just managing this. So this is the sleeve. I'll teach you. I'll show you how I did it, how I jigged this thing. So I'm still going to cut out the straight. So here's the down part of the sleeve. Down part. Remember, it has elastic. So the elastic, you just double fold and leave your elastic case. A space for the elastic. To have 1.5 inch elastic, which I have inserted my elastic already. So you still double fold here also and leave another space for your elastic. But this one will go to the upper part. That is the one you're going to tie to your armhole. So the next thing is to look at the length of what I have here. The length of my sleeve. Assuming I still have enough fabric, I'll extend it more. So the length of my sleeve is 28 and 28.5. But if you have, you can make it 30 to 35. So the width, that is the length after folding it to both sides.
I have 10 inches. After folding everything, I have 10 inches. So you can cut out 12. So after folding it, you have 10. So you just fold here. Also, this is the part you attach to the armhole. The next thing is to determine where your elastic will stop. I don't have, remember that I said that I don't have elastic, fabric, that's why mine is small. So you can always extend it. So from this joining part, remember that I'll close up this place. I'll go in by 5 inches. I'll measure, that's where my elastic will stop. I'll measure this 5 inches here, and I'll mark 5 inches also here. I'll mark that 5 inches the same. Remember, this is the down part that will go to your round sleeve. So after marking both lines, from here I went in by 5 inches, and here I'll open it up again. Then I'll start inserting my elastic. This is 9 inches length. Here is 11 inches. The one that I started, that will go to my round sleeve is 11 inches. You can measure yours. But the one that will go to my shoulder, that's my ankle, is 9 inches long. So I'll start inserting it this way. I'll start inserting it. I will insert. Please, when you're doing this, you don't need to rush. You don't need to rush. So you drag and drag, and when you're pulling it, remember to be careful, because you're going to stop here. So when you pull and you pull, so once you get to this place, don't drag everything out. So once you get to this place you marked, you have to stitch here. You have to hold it down. So I'll just pin it, because I'll go to my machine and hold it. So you still hold here. This is the end. Here is where the elastic stops. You have to stitch it. Then you still be dragging, you still be pulling your elastic. Still be pulling it. You hold one end, you still have to hold the other end. So I had to join something because it wasn't enough. So if you're making this, just have this 3 years of this, then this one 2 years or 1.5, it depends. But here I just managed 2 years for my own, which it came out fine, but I still need to add something. So once you get to this place also, here is the pin, safety pin, and here's where it ended, my second mark. I have to hold it down also. I have to hold it down. Please, you're going to stitch this place and stitch the other side. Look at how it's looking already. So you have to bring out the safety pin. So I'll see. I'm not dragging the elastic again, it has stopped there. But I have to bring out my safety pin. So I'll open this one up. I'll open it up. Then here. This is what you will have. You have something like this. So after stitching it, you stitch here. You close it up here. You close this up. These two up. You have to close it up. So after that, you put it, keep it aside. The next thing is to come, when you come to this place, from this your posting line, from this your joining line, you go out by half 1 inch. But if you have elastic, you can place. If you have enough fabric, you can place yours from here. Just leave from here. But mine is not enough. So I'll go in by this. I'll go out by 1 inch. I'll make that 1 inch line. Then I'll go the side and make sure that the side is equal. And remember that I said that I added, I'm going to loop the back, like I'm going to use rope to tie my back. So, and I did not create extra. I'm not using the eyelets. I don't have eyelets at home. So instead of me, I'm making this one not for a triangle, just to achieve a neat work too also. And I did not insert rope that we use and loop it. So I just made a hole. I just made a little hole. Then I use my needle and thread to make it smooth. I'll show you how you can achieve that also. But this is how one part is looking already. Then this other part is still rough. I'm here to thread it. So you get, then I added boning to the side, any side, to this side and to this side. Remember the one on the thumb there is just a zipper. So after everything, you can just close your zipper space and add your zip. But I look this. So if you want to do my own style, you want to add boning, you can say ask me, you can drop a comment, then I'll still take you on how I did it. But I did not record it, but I can still show you how I achieved mine. But for that, you can just use your zip. After everything, you can just use it. So I added a little boning to this part and boning to the side. So this is the side part. You fold the side part equal to get this point, to get the place you marked. So you still get it at the back. You get it here. So the next thing, remember that you not just place the sleeve here. So from this part now, you come down by 1.5 inches. I'll go around by 1.5 inches around the ankle. So that is how my sleeve is going to go. It will come down. If you have enough fabric, you can even do up to 3. You can cut that up to 2 inches to 2.5 inches so that the sleeve will come out very visible. But mine, I'm just managing it. If it extends more than this, I'll find it very difficult. It will not be long enough. So this is the part that you're going to be adding the sleeve. So I'll just look at what I'm saying. Look at this side of this place. There's enough space. So that is the 1.5 inches that I'm talking about. Here's up to 2 inches. And here there are some rough part that I'm still going to correct. So this is it. So this is the 1 inch. So I'll just hold it and show you what to do. Show you the next step to do, how to place it here. So I'm done joining it. So this is it. This is how it looks. This is how it's looking. So the next step is to get this one. This part that will go to the front. So remember that this is the way we are not placing this inside. So you just hold your fabric. So this is the part that will go to the armhole part. You do it this way. You pin it this. Look at the way I'm holding. You do it this way. You pin it down like this. That is the armhole part. To that 1.5. Bring it down to that 1.5 inches. Then hold it with the pin. Hold it down. So you pick up a lot of the boning that is there. So the next thing now is to bring this elastic part. This part that will go to the upper part. So you also attach it like this. So this is what I'm saying about this not being enough. When it's not enough, it will drag something. It will drag the clothes. So if you have enough fabric, fine. So you also hold this one too. Attach this part. So you hold this part also. Then you come to this part, like the back part. You open this one up too. Then you hold it. Keep in mind this is not long enough. So you hold it down too this way. Then when you want to sew, you sew like this. You don't sew here, you sew on this thread. You know that there's enough wrapping space. Sew on this thread. From here, hold this place, double stitch on this place, and this place now. Then sew this way. Sew this way. Don't sew on this part. Sew on the thread that you're seeing now. Sew on this thread this way so that this part will come out very well. And when you get to this place, also you double stitch, and that is it for the sleeve. That is it for the sleeve. So I'll just do it, then show you how you can, if you are looking this place, how you can just use your black thread and do something in this work this way. I'll just do that and show you the outcome.